Welcome back to SBR Forum Videos. Who will lead the NFL in receiving yards in 2015? Last year, it was the outstanding year that Antonio Brown had in the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. Of course, he comes in as the big favorite this year, but I'm going in a completely different direction in a couple of these plays here. I have some guys, a couple of favorites, along with a long shot that I think could have a lot more value than Antonio Brown does this season. Guy that could be getting a lot more attention than he did last season, but this year, also, one of the favorites coming in is Demaryius Thomas, coming in at 7.5 to 9 to 1, depending on which sports book you're looking at. This is Jason Lake's pick to take the overall receiving spot this year, and without Julius Thomas anymore, without Wes Welker, Demaryius could be getting a couple of more targets headed his way, and he got second in the NFL in receiving last year behind Antonio Brown, but did it with 18 less receptions. So Demaryius Thomas could be a pretty good play here at 8 to 1. He also had the most 20-plus yard receptions in the NFL last season. So Demaryius Thomas, with Peyton Manning's arm hopefully back and healthy, could be a big-time play here at 8 to 1 to lead the league in receiving. Now, also a pretty good play looks like Calvin Johnson, a guy that could have a big bounce back year after a disappointing 2014 season. He also comes in at 8 to 1. And if Golden Tate and Eric Ebron can take off some pressure from him and Matthew Stafford can continue a pretty solid season that he had last year, I think Calvin Johnson could obviously be back up on the top of this one. He had 128 targets last season. That number should go up a little bit if his health is improved this year. He also had very few yards after the catch, which is a little bit of an outlier. Only 244 yards after the catch, which was hundreds less than a lot of these other guys in the same position as him. If he can get a little luckier in running after the catch this year, he could easily be back in the top 5 and be threatening to potentially win this award come 2015. Now, another guy that I think looks really good this year is Dez Bryant, also coming in at 8 to 1 at most sports books here to win this award. Gone is DeMarco Murray, so the Cowboys are going to have to throw the ball a lot more this season. He could see a lot more targets after having already a lot last season at 138. Terrence Jones is also a very good number 2 wide receiver to take some pressure off of Dez here, as well as Jason Witten still back in the fold at the tight end position. Tony Romo is going to be airing it out a lot in 2015. That offensive line is very good. It's going to give him a lot of time to throw. So at 8 to 1, Dez Bryant also looking like a really good bet to lead the league in receiving yards. He was top 10 last season as well. Now finally, my long shot is truly that, but I think it has a lot of merit, and that is Alshon Jeffery coming in at 25 to 1 to win this award. Now, this is not a shameless Bears plug here. This is actually a solid play here, because even though it's a long shot, I think it has great value. Brandon Marshall is gone, which means that Kevin White and Martellus Bennett are the only other viable pass-catching options in the Bears offense here. And even with Marshall last season and Martellus Bennett getting around 900 yards as well from Jay Cutler, Alshon was 14th in the NFL with 1,100 yards and 145 targets. If he gets another 25, 30 targets, he's absolutely going to be a top 5 receiver this year. And especially considering the fact that the Bears defense is probably not going to be much better. So they're going to be playing from behind and needing to throw the ball a lot. And Alshon Jeffery is absolutely going to be the catalyst in that offense here this season. If Jay Cutler can get his stuff together, I think Alshon Jeffery at 25 to 1 provides really, really good value here for this prop pick. But that'll do it for me this time. Make sure you check out a couple of other NFL content here coming out later this week. But until next time, for SBR Forum Videos, I'm Jordan Sharp.